My girlfriend told me I was too young to settle down. She said she needed to check out other possibilities. After 3 years as a couple, I replied, go ahead and check them out. 6 months later, she returned, prepared to fully commit. I turned her down, telling her I no longer needed her, and everything exploded into drama. Original post: I'm a 27-year-old guy who received the classic, I need to discover myself, talk just 3 weeks after we put money down on an apartment we planned to share. Her name was Mia, 25, and we'd been a couple for 3 years. We met during a friend's board game evening and clicked right away. She was witty, intelligent, and stunning. We made it through her college graduation, my job transfer, and even a 6-month long-distance period while she interned 2 states away. The big discussion took place on a Thursday night. We were at our favorite taco spot, mapping out furniture arrangements for the new place. Then she set her fork aside. Derek, we have to talk. My stomach sank. No one starts a sentence like that with positive news. I've been reflecting, she went on, nervously twisting her hair. I'm 25 and I've only dated 3 men, counting you. I feel like I'm missing important experiences, I'm too young to be locked in. I stared at her. Locked in. We're just moving in together, not rushing to the altar. But that's where things are heading, isn't it? Cohabitation, engagement, marriage, children, the full package. And I simply need to see what else exists out there. So you're breaking up to go date other people? She nodded and reached for my hand. I withdrew mine. We could remain friends, though. And who knows, maybe once I've enjoyed myself, we could try again. You're absolutely the type of man a woman marries, Derek, just not right now. The type of man a woman marries. Not right now, like I was an item she planned to store until later. Mia, I responded carefully, if you walk away to experiment, we're finished, for good. She actually laughed out loud. Don't overreact, couples take breaks constantly. This isn't a pause, you're terminating a 3-year relationship so you can hook up with others. That's not, she exhaled heavily. Listen, I realize you're hurt, but someday you'll get it. We're destined for each other. I just have to work this phase out of my system first. I got up, dropped cash on the table to cover my portion. Go experiment, Mia. I hope you discover whatever it is you're searching for. I left her there, stunned and speechless. I went directly home and contacted the landlord regarding the deposit. I forfeited $500 because Mia never signed, but it felt worth avoiding future lease complications. That same night I blocked her across all platforms, not in a theatrical way, just firmly and quietly. She wanted freedom to explore. Fine, she could have it without me observing from the background. Update 1. 2 months passed, plenty of direct messages asking for follow-ups. I genuinely believed that chapter was closed. Wrong. After 2 months of complete silence, the indirect messengers showed up. First came her closest friend, Tessa. Received a message from an unfamiliar number. Hey Derek, Tessa here, can we chat? Mia is really going through it. I deleted the message. Next, her sister Nora tracked me down on LinkedIn. LinkedIn of all places. Hi Derek, hope your job is treating you well. Quick question, are you attending Brent's birthday gathering? Mia said you two are just taking a little break, but she truly misses you. Taking a little break like I was off on holiday. No reply. Then the chance encounters began. All of a sudden, Mia appeared at my regular coffee spot, my usual supermarket, the bookstore I visit every Saturday. Each occasion she pretended shock. Derek. Wow, small world, huh? By the 3rd time I simply said, pretty small considering you know exactly where I go. She acted insulted. I shop here now too. Since when? You always complain this place's produce area reeks. People evolve, she snapped. Exactly, I answered, pushing my cart towards self-checkout. What really got to me was hearing from mutual friends about her so-called discovery period. New guy featured every week in her Instagram stories. Non-stop nightlife. A Vegas getaway with some guy she matched with on Hinge, apparently thriving and having the time of her life. Meanwhile, I was simply carrying on, joined a recreational basketball league. Enrolled in a company-sponsored coding course. Earned a promotion to team leader. Turns out concentrating on career instead of constant date night planning dramatically improves output. Then last week changed things. Came back from basketball practice and found Mia camped outside my apartment entrance. Not in party clothes this time. She had on my old college sweatshirt she'd kept. We need to discuss something, she stated. No, we really don't. I opened my door. She rose. Please, Derek, just 5 minutes. You already had 3 years. You exchanged them for half a year of freedom. How did that turn out? Tears welled up. I messed up, all right. I went out, I saw other people, I enjoyed myself, and guess what I realized? You're the person I truly want, I actually chuckled. Now I'm the one you want after sampling every alternative available. That's unfair, is it? You straight up described me as husband material you wanted to hold off on, like I'd sit patiently on standby. I assumed you'd wait. We shared 3 years. Shared, past tense. You chose to end it for enjoyment, and now I'm choosing to end the enjoyment to return to you. The nerve, the sheer nerve. Mia, I'm dating someone. That was untrue. I wasn't. But seeing her expression collapse made the lie worthwhile. What, who, how long, irrelevant. The point is I've moved forward, just like you intended. I didn't intend for you to move forward. I intended for you to stay available until I returned. There it was, the real confession. Go back to your place, Mia. She refused. She sat down again. I'll stay right here. You'll eventually see we're soulmates. I phoned building security. Explained my former partner was trespassing. They removed her as she shouted about destiny and fresh opportunities. That ought to have concluded matters. It didn't. Update 2. Things intensified. The following day after security took her away, the full pursuit began. First she appeared at my workplace. Informed the front desk she was my partner delivering my prescriptions. Security summoned me. She clutched a bag from our old sandwich joint. You left your lunch behind, sweetheart. The guard appeared puzzled. I refused to interact. She's my former partner. Kindly escort her out. Derek, stop acting this way. We have to communicate. Watch security remove her as colleagues pretended not to notice. Afterward, my boss pulled me aside. Everything all right? Ex-partner struggling to grasp the meaning of X. Won't occur again. It occurred again. Different tactic this time. A massive bouquet arrived at the office. Card read to my eternal partner. Forever yours, M. Tossed them in the staff lounge. Let the support team have them. Next came the online onslaught. Since she was blocked on all my accounts, she opened fresh profiles, leaving comments on ancient posts using private references, tagging me in old photos via mutual friends on Facebook. Shared a lengthy Instagram post about losing her lifelong love due to arrogance. My favorite line, he claims he's over it, but deep down he still loves me. Genuine love never fades. My friend Trevor forwarded screenshots. Man, she's spiraling, just disregard it, I told him. Advised everyone the same. No replies, no reactions, no fuel. But Mia kept going. She contacted my mom, my own mother. Mom phone sounding bewildered. Sweetie, Mia called in tears saying you refused to forgive her after an argument. What occurred? I laid out the entire situation. Mom paused briefly. So she ended things to go be with others and now expects forgiveness? Pretty much. Absolutely not. I liked her, but absolutely not. I'll take care of it. No idea what Mom told her, but Mia's mother rang me the next day furious. How dare you turn your mother against my daughter? Mia only made one error, one single error. You're ruining her life. Mrs. Patterson, your daughter made a decision. I've made mine. Please stop reaching out. You'll regret treating her this way. She was the greatest thing in your life. Then why did she walk away? Silence. Then you're a cruel, unfeeling person. No, I'm someone who recognizes his own value. Goodbye. The calls persisted. Unknown numbers, friends' phones borrowed. Every message grew more erratic. I know you're inside. I see your lights on. That blonde from your basketball group, is she the one? Your new girl, we're destined. You realize it. I'll wait as long as necessary. I submitted a harassment complaint to police. The officer explained that without direct physical threats, it remained a civil issue. Recommended pursuing a protective order. My attorney friend Anthony reviewed options. Gather more proof, document everything. So I did. Every message, voice note, surprise appearance. Compiled a complete record. Then last night everything detonated. I was on my first date since the breakup. Her name was Harper from the coding program. Bright, amusing, never treated me like a reserved choice. We sat at an Italian restaurant when Harper's expression froze. Derek, the woman at the bar won't stop staring. I glanced back. Mia. Wearing the red dress I purchased for our second anniversary, she lifted her wine glass toward me in a mock salute, then approached. Derek, fancy meeting you here. You need to go. She eyed Harper. Hi, I'm Mia, Derek's partner. Well, former partner, but not forever. She grinned predatorily. Harper began rising. I gently touched her hand. Please stay, faced Mia. You're making a fool of yourself. Am I, or are you the fool with this clear placeholder date? Harper burst out laughing, genuinely laughed. Ma'am, whatever your issue is, this is honestly pitiful. Mia's features contorted. Pardon me. You heard exactly what I said. Whatever connection you once had with Derek, you discarded it. Now you're following him to dinner spots. That's not sweet, it's desperate. You have no clue about our history. I know he cut you off completely. I know you've been pressuring him nonstop. I know you're moments away from handcuffs if you don't exit. I took out my phone. I'm dialing law enforcement. Mia lunged for it, missed slightly, sent Harper's wine flying. Red liquid splashed across Harper's white top. The restaurant manager rushed over. "Ma'am, you must depart immediately." "I'm staying. This is my partner." "Former partner," I clarified. "Who is currently harassing me. Please contact police." The manager signaled a server who grabbed his phone. Mia sensed her mistake. "Derek, please don't." "You don't have to. You created every step of this, every decision, every escalation. You did." Officers arrived within 10 minutes, collected accounts from me, Harper, the manager. Even patrons who witnessed it. Mia attempted to frame it as a simple mix-up, but Harper's stained clothing painted another picture. They skipped an arrest but issued her a criminal trespass notice for the venue and firmly advised her to cease contact. While being led away, she shouted, "This isn't finished, Derek." "We're fated to be together." Harper handled it amazingly, even teased that she'd never experienced such a memorable first date. We picked up pizza afterward, though the atmosphere was ruined. Still, she gave me a goodnight kiss and said, "Reach out once you secure that protective order." I applied for an emergency restraining order the next morning, hearing scheduled for next week. Final update, Judgment Day. Court date came. I arrived with Anthony and a thick binder of proof. Mia appeared with her mother and what seemed like a low-budget attorney. She wore an outfit straight out of Sunday service, modest dress, light makeup, hair neatly pinned. The shift from nightlife queen to innocent sweetheart was striking. The judge examined the materials, messages, recordings, restaurant eyewitness reports, police documentation, the lot. Mia's attorney attempted to frame everything as lovers' confusion. "Your Honor, my client merely seeks resolution. She's been attempting to express regret for prematurely concluding the partnership." The judge peered over her spectacles. "Counselor, have you actually read the materials, particularly the recording where your client states, and I quote, 'I can see your light on'?" Even the attorney shifted awkwardly. Then Mia insisted on addressing the court despite her lawyer's objection. "Your Honor, Derek and I shared 3 wonderful years. I committed one error. I requested time to develop personally, and now he's making me pay for it." The judge scanned documents. "You terminated the relationship to, what were your exact words, explore options?" "Yes, but," and Mr. Reed informed you the split was final. He was emotional. "He didn't truly mean it. Ma'am, at 25 you're mature enough to grasp accountability. You dissolved the relationship. He respected your choice and proceeded with his life. Your unwillingness to respect his has resulted in persistent following, repeated harassment, and physical contact. I didn't physically harm anyone. I accidentally spilled a drink while reaching for his phone after trailing him to a dining establishment during his date." Mia began sobbing. "I only wanted him back. Is the following and harassment illegal?" "Yes, indeed. Protective order approved. 2-year duration. Complete no contact. Minimum 500-foot distance. Full restrictions." Leaving the courthouse, her mother intercepted me in the lot. "Satisfied now? You've embarrassed her completely, ruined her image. Mrs. Patterson, Mia brought this on herself. She adored you." "No, she adored the security of having me as her fallback." "That's a crucial distinction. You'll end up lonely with that mindset," Anthony intervened. "Ma'am, continued contact from you or relatives will count as indirect breach of the order." "Leave now," she stormed off, muttering, "She was way too good for you regardless." Sure, that's exactly why she resorted to stalking. The fallout came quickly. Mia was let go from her position. Apparently missing work frequently because you're preoccupied tailing an ex doesn't win employer approval. Her Instagram shifted from nightlife shots to inspirational posts about overcoming toxic partners and rebuilding stronger. Tessa sent one final message via shared acquaintance. "Just informing you, Mia started counseling. She's acknowledging her errors. Perhaps down the road in a year or 2 you'd think about, no, but pass along that therapy is positive. I hope she grows from the experience. We're never reconciling." "Not ever. You're incredibly harsh, you know." "No, I'm someone who understands people aren't reserve options. That was 3 months back, nothing since. The protective order appears effective. Harper and I continue seeing each other, moving gradually, but it's refreshing to be with someone who genuinely chooses me, not as a contingency." She teases that she recognized my value the moment my obsessive ex crashed our evening. Only high-caliber men attract stalkers. That dedicated, morbid humor, but it lightens things. My mom still sends random texts every week. Thank goodness you avoided marrying her. Dad simply remarks I managed it more calmly than he would have. The ironic part. If Mia had ended things straightforwardly, said our paths diverged, different goals, whatever, I'd have felt pain but accepted it. Relationships sometimes fade, it's normal. But the presumption I'd remain on hold during her adventures, the expectation I'd welcome her back gratefully once she finished. The total breakdown when I refused her narrative, that revealed her true character. In hindsight, red flags existed, small remarks about how fortunate I was to win her, how she passed on better prospects for me, how I should appreciate her not being as demanding as her circle. She never viewed me as an equal. I was a convenient fixture, a reliable, dependable fixture she could shelve and retrieve at will. Well, this fixture removed himself from her collection permanently. Best $500 I ever surrendered, likely prevented a far costlier divorce, money-wise and emotionally. To anyone facing something similar, you aren't a contingency choice, you aren't anyone's fallback. You owe no one your patience while they discover themselves or sample alternatives or whatever phrase they prefer. When someone demonstrates your worth in their eyes, trust that demonstration. And respect yourself sufficiently to leave, even when they pursue you obsessively afterward, especially then. Believe me, filing protective order documents holds more value than their empty vows ever did.